Hello everyone, Mr. E here, and this is my first Arbites Build guide for you. Now, this one is a super simple melee bruiser, and if that is not your speed, don't worry. You should like and subscribe because I have every different possible configuration of Arbites Build coming your way. Every day this week, there's going to be a new build guide coming out, so tune in for that. This one, as I said, is focused around getting on top of your enemies, staggering the hell out of them, and just giving them the good old beat down. That's why it's called the Beat Cop. He uses the shock maul, which I think ironically somehow ends up being the RBD's best weapon. This thing was like mid to bad prior to this update, but this thing is insane on this class. It does an additional 25% damage versus electrocuted enemies, which, as a reminder, it electrocutes enemies on every hit. And then when enemies are staggered, they take 40% additional damage thanks to Skull Crusher. And Arbites has a very special way of doing that guaranteed to every enemy in the game. So this ends up making the enemies take like 70% extra damage due to the multiplying factors there. We add Unyielding and Carapace here because that applies to Bulwarks, Reapers, Crushers, and sometimes Maulers, depending on if you hit them in the head or not, and bosses. And we need that damage to get through their high health pools. For a ranged weapon, Exterminator Shotgun is my favorite. This shotgun rules. It has really snappy time to pull it out, such a high damage count, and it's really easy to use it to just shred a horde or just pop a special or a trapper or a gunner at medium, even sometimes long range with no problem. I've got Flak and Maniac on here to kill those aforementioned gunners, and because Maniacs applies to Flamers as well as Ragers and Chargers, or Mutants rather, so you can just shoot them in the face and they'll die if you get a crit. Fire Frenzy and Scattershot for just obliterating hordes and stuff with it. They're some of the best blessings you can get on the weapon for extra damage. And it's got a pretty good ammo economy as well. Alright, for curios, I'm liking this setup. I've got toughness, and max stamina. On two of these curios, I have gunner damage resistance. That means that I'm having 37% gunner damage resist. These are the only enemies that tend to really get a bead on you when you're doing this. You'll see it lots in my gameplay. I think I even remark upon it that the gunners are kind of being annoying, and this allows you just to ignore what they're doing because you're regenerating so quickly. You can just shrug off their damage. We have to have combat ability regen on every single one of these curios to make certain that you've got that. And then stamina regen is the last key here because we are using a lot of stamina by necessity, but also, just to get our toughness back up. Let's flip over and look at the talent tree. We've got no escape up here. This gives us damage and movement speed on a leader specialist, happening all the time, so it's really great. Up close means that every time we get a close kill, meaning melee and close range kills, we're getting 5% toughness, in addition to the 5% you get for regular melee kills, so that's 10%. Force of Will is insane, 10% toughness on staggering melee attack. Every one of our melee attacks will stagger, so every time you swing your weapon, 10% toughness, easy peasy. Then we get a couple of more ways to regenerate crazy toughness. Man and Cybermaster gives you 5% per second while you're hanging out near your dog, and Walk It Off gives you 5% per second for 3 seconds every time you spend 1 stamina, whether that's sprinting or shoving, or blocking even. You can get toughness from that. Arbites Grenade is our choice of blitz. This thing, you'll see it come in clutch a good number of times in the footage. Just as such a solid grenade, instantly impactful. No pun intended, but yeah, it's just, it can turn a situation on a dime. Concussive is the glue that makes the whole build work. It's the thing that makes melee on this class so insane. Anytime you hit an enemy weak spot, that enemy counts as staggered for 4 seconds. So this takes the normally pretty decent blessing of Skull Crusher and makes it insane. Because when Skull Crusher normally applies, when the enemy is staggered and they're like, oh, like finish him, like they're ready for the finisher move to come in, that is when they're taking that extra damage. But the second they stand back up and resume their normal poise, that debuff goes away. However, with this talent, that is overridden. They take the full extra 40% damage for 4 whole seconds. As long as you are constantly hitting them in the weak spot, they'll keep that buff up forever. That means that you can buff your allies' damage to bosses and stuff like that without them being staggered. They just have to be hit in the head every 4 seconds. Insane. Suppression protocols for extra toughness damage reduction every time we sweep some enemies. Breaking Descent, additional damage when these enemies are counting as staggered, which they guaranteed are because of this. toughness. Coming down this way, no dog keystone, because we want the dog to just kind of chill out and hang near us as much as possible. We definitely don't want him roaming away, because he's giving us toughness regen and keeping attackers from messing with us while we're at close range. Over here, we're taking all 3 of the augments to our charge ability, because this is going to give us all of our toughness back instantly. This is going to make the cooldown go down to 12 seconds when it's normally 20. It gets cut down to 17 by the curios, and then this is going to cut it down to 12 when we land a good charge. And it makes the distance, with this ability here, makes the distance actually pretty decent, able to close the gap. And remember, there's a cone in front of it too. When you get to that long distance, you don't have to actually hit enemies with the shield. It blasts out in front of you a big cone of air, and that staggers all the enemies in front of that. So you can really like push down snipers and trappers really easily, even if they're about to shoot you. This also gives you a ton of damage for 6 seconds, and we can get that cooldown back almost as fast as that buff expires. Over here, we get 15% damage for attacking. We get another 15% damage for dodging. We get 16% crit for killing. We get 15% damage resistance for just staggering enemies, which we're doing all the time. Every time we stagger an enemy, remember, which we are always doing every time we hit them in the head, they take 15% more melee damage for 5 seconds. The first enemy we hit with our melee attack takes 15%, or we do 15% more melee and impact them, so they're pretty much guaranteed staggered by that first attack. And we gain 15% more damage after we heavy melee attack. So you're starting to make the picture in your head, right? We go up to an enemy, we charge the heavy overhead, and we bop them. It's like a 1-second animation. We bop them in the head. They instantly take like 120% increased damage. This is how we're going to do with hordes, by the way. Drive them back, and we push, and it increases our cleave by 75%, so we can start to get our way through horde. Pushing in horde is also good to make some space, but it also regenerates toughness for us because we're using a stamina every time we push. Down here, again, for staggered enemies, which is all enemies that we're tapping in the head, they have 15% rending. That's a little bit of damage on all types of enemies, but for crushers, that's a huge amount of increased damage. And remember to also hit them with that electricity every now and then, because that will add an electrical status effect that does some damage over time as well. And then we have our keystone for Forceful. Forceful gives us up to 50% impact and 25% damage resistance. These stack up every time you stagger an enemy, which is every time you attack. And every time you block an attack, you get a stack. And every time you get hit, you lose a stack. So it's pretty easy to keep this maxed out. And when you do have it maxed out, you will have 10% attack speed and 50% cleave, another great way to get your way through lots and lots of hordes. And for every stack you have, you're replenishing 0.5% toughness every second, and that means you can replenish up to 5% toughness per second. Just for some quick maths, we got 5% toughness per second here, 5% per second here, and 5% per second here, for a total of 15% of our toughness every single second, without counting the kills that we're getting. Every kill is 10% of our toughness, and every stagger, which is pretty much every melee hit, is another 10% of our toughness. And of course, every time we charge, we get a huge chunk of toughness, if not 100% of our toughness back from the enemies we collide with. So it's almost impossible for the enemies to get our toughness down enough to actually hurt our health. And then finally, for some extra damage, we have Arbites Vigilant. Now, Arbites Vigilant removes all of the stacks of your Forceful buff when you use it. However, it's really easy to get these back, but in exchange, it gives you 2.5% damage for each stack, or strength rather, and that counts as damage and stagger. So for the next 10 seconds, which is a long buff, it's a very nice duration for a buff, you get 25% additional damage and stagger values, which is crazy. And that's the build, guys. Really super simple today, just keeping it real with you. This build will absolutely roll over lower difficulties, and look for a more range-focused build tomorrow. Teasers. What's this one going to be right here? We'll see. All right. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy. Remember to like and subscribe. And here is a full gameplay of myself crushing an Auric Damnation with this build. Enjoy. All right, guys. We are playing the stupidly aggressive beat cop here. Got my bonk stick. You're about to see this thing in action. One of my favorite weapons in this class, hands down. I'm also going to play in third person just because it's fun, and you get to see the cape. I love the freaking cape. This mission is a Auric Damnation with hunting grounds, and whenever you see hunting grounds on a mission, make certain you got your dog with you. As long as you got your dog, you are immune to being, you know, game overed by dogs. He'll always rescue you, so that rocks. Although I'd recommend having the dog like 9 times out of 10, honestly. He's such a good boy. The best boy, honestly. Oh my god, I took 2 damage already? Oh, this game's over. It's Ogre. Zap. Man, I love tasing dudes. That took me a few hits, huh? I hear that. Come here. Boop. Joke's on you. Yeah, this is, I think, too high a difficulty for these bots to last very long, unfortunately for them. But, yeah, the dog shall live on, at the very least. Yeah, thank God they made him invincible. One, that would be too sad to deal with, if you actually could lose the dog. But 2, it's very nice having him always by my side. I think it's a good time for a grenade, don't you? I hear the trapper. Where is it? There it is. Now it's dead. I should reload my gun, huh? Let's go ahead and get past this part. Might as well use some ammo while I got it. Right, here come the dogs. They get ready. Where am I gonna go? Here? Where are they coming from? I hear some dogs. There they are. Right, we'll stand here. We'll just kill as many as we can. I imagine one of them will eventually get us. But we're dog immune, remember. Oh, that's a lot of dogs. That's a lot of dogs. Gotta keep my edge here. No thank you. I'm not buying any. I'm sorry. What sort of Girl Scout cookies do you think the Arbites would choose? I'm samosas, or whatever they're called. Samoas? Samosas are like the Indian food. I don't think they make Girl Scout cookies that are that flavor. Oh, fuck me. That's done. That's nice. Where's this boy? There he is. Okay, go get him. Ah, shit. Puked upon. You get him, thank you. Good boy. And then get him too, while you're at it. Please and thank you. Man, these guys are so annoying. Alright, here we go. We got him. Finally got him in a spot where I can get some damage done. I'm just gonna take all my health and corruption doing this, but hey, it's worth it, personally. I hear that. No, fucking thank you. Hello, can I charge? Thank you. Charge! Oh my god, that was close. Where do these fuckers come from? I don't like this. I don't like it one bit. Now that's the one thing that I'll say that this build lacks is, while it is very strong in melee, we don't have the same prowess at boss killing as my other favorite build, which also uses charge. I got a charge in here, there we go. Honestly, I should put gunner damage resistance in this build. I think that'd be invincible. Yeah. Oh shit, I didn't even do that. Give me my health kit back. Bruh. Whoa, that was close. Holy shit, I almost didn't see that guy. For whatever reason. Oh shit, am I gonna die? No, I'll be fine. Oh, thank you, dog. Excuse me. Oh, I don't have any nades. Oh, you're right. No, thank you. I was trying to see if I could get around that on the corner and push it into the enemies, but I don't think so. Let's see if there's a grenade down here. That'd be nice right about now. Like right in here? No. This looks like. I do want my health kit back up. Thank you. Grenade. in here? No, still no. Juice up though. That'll help. This class uses red stems like crazy. Like, they go hard as fuck on this class. No, thank you. See, I'm always polite to the trappers. Except for when I tell them, like, get fucked or whatever. But that's just like a dialect thing. I gotta get this blasted. It's real plastic. This is a real game. I mean, never mind that the server will be gone in like a week, but... Can we not be trying to shoot me, bro? I don't love it. I don't super love it. Go kill him. Good boy. Oh fuck, I missed my charge. It's okay, I only get back like 15% of my toughness every second anyway. Why did I come out here? Just to get shot somewhere? Gotcha, pre-fired. That was pretty good, if I do say so myself. Oh boy, I don't like that. I really don't like that. Sniper being up there. Please don't make my arena any harder than it already is, man. God damn it. Annoying. Ow. Okay, Jesus. I mean, Jesus didn't have anything to do with that. It was all me, but... me and the dog. Ooh, that's a lot of shotgunners. I don't like that. Can I get that grenade? Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Got him. Please buy me some seconds here. Can I get this juice, please? Holy shit. It's stopping me. It doesn't want me to get the juice. It knows which power I will have. Almost a big misplay there. But now we're alright. The dog knows right where to go. Holy shit. Where did you go, dog? There you are. No thank you. Oh god, he got down anyway. Look at this toughness regen. It's crazy. It's crazy. Good job, dog. So every 3 seconds, all I have to do is throw out a single shove, and I get 15% of my toughness back. Honestly, can't complain. This is what I mean. I think if I put gunner damage reduction, I'll edit that into the like speaky part of the build. Even though I don't have it here, I want you to have it when you do make your build. As you can see, that's pretty much the only enemies that can get a lock on us and do anything. Everybody else just gets run the fuck over. Oh man, I'm gonna have to deal with this boss again. I hope it's not a beast in Burgle. Actually, in this arena, it might not be bad for it to be a Burgle. Holy shit, that fucking scared the shit out of me. It's the stealthiest Reapers in existence. Honestly, let's just do health kit here. I don't really have any need for it outside of this arena, I don't think. We'll have a boss in here, so we can take a little damage and be okay. And then I have 1 point of corruption. RIP. Who do we got? Oh, nice. Easiest enemy, I think. Maybe not. We're getting through them, little by little. I tried. Now, how much damage does that do if I do it like a couple of times? Is it? It's because it electrocutes him. It puts some dot on him. What's going on here? Ow. I think maybe I need to be electrocuting and then going in for the big hits so he gets that extra damage boost from my boppy stick. Maybe that's the way to play it. Now what happens if I, on the next area, just run to the end of the road? Does that stuff follow me into the final engagement? I want a grenade. Well, that's no grenade. That's no moon. Hop the fence. Do it. Hurry. Son of a bitch. No, I couldn't have shot her anyway. Oh, way. I said, get out of my way. There you go. There's a second one, I think. Right? No? I'm crazy? I'm crazy. Yeehaw. Alright, let's reload our shotgun a little bit. Oh, we gotta get the scripture, man. Now, what I really would like to not get here is a chaos spawn. I mean, generally I would like to not get a boss at all, if I could, if at all possible. I think I've had enough bosses. I'm not saying, like, from a gameplay standpoint, I'm saying from, like, personally, I've had my fill. I'm not hungry for any more bosses. Catch me on the one where I'm using the bolter, okay? Then I'm hungry for bosses. Ah, that grenade, there we go. Oh shit. Nice. See, I love this build because when you're in panic state and you're just like sprinting around and sliding and stuff, all that sprinting and shoving and shit, it's actually generating you toughness. So you can just kind of like freak out and press buttons, and you'll get your toughness back, and you'll be fine. Can I fucking move? There we go. Oh, we don't let a Reaper live though. Reapers are too dangerous. These gunners need to go too. Okay, good enough. Yeah, you just got fucking shock slam, buddy. How you like that shit? Nice, we got the trapper. Alright, good enough for me. Alright, I can't skip this cutscene at all.
Whatever the cult intends, those stims are clearly part of it. Strike team, silence please, now.
Oh, the dog can pin these guys? That's awesome. Alright, I seem to be on the lookout for trappers. They can spawn in here, so... spooky, really. Because remember, we can't be killed by dogs, so... it's just trappers that we're up against. Everybody else is a chump. Kill the ritualists. Okay, okay, I'm doing it. There. Easy. Just 3 quick monks. I do need to watch out for the Reaper spawns too. There can be some Reapers. Remember when bulwarks are like scary for other classes? And this class is just like, yum, bulwarks. I hear Reaper noises out of there. Oh, thank you. This looks like a good grenade right here. Yeah! That rocks. Dude, these impact grenades kick ass. I love just how, like, I mean, obviously that's the idea, but like, the instantaneousness of them is so valuable. Because you just like, I need to make this happen right now. Boom, it's done. The effect is, instant. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that the thing I like about the instant grenade is that it's instant, but yeah, pretty cool, pretty good weapon. Also, it does enough damage. So in summary, my high tier commentary for the impact grenade is that it does good damage and it explodes fast. That's it. Where did I miss? Oh, you. Holy moly. They're made of some very different stuff, I guess. Okay, fuck off. No fucking way is that ending my game. Personally, I think that's some bullshit. You even tried that. That's a form you want to fill out if you want to end my run. That's just how the Lex operates, baby. There is a hierarchy. You have to go through. I'm just killing enemies to kill enemies at this point. Like, I'm pretty certain I could have just done the thing. But these enemies piss me off, so they get a beat. Alright, cool. Let's get on with our lives. Zap. Zap. Get him. Yeah, dog. Can I just shock this? I can. I don't know if it's doing any good damage. Let's see how many hits it takes without. Wow, I think it was actually doing pretty solid damage. Alright, guys. Nice. GG. We got ourselves a tome and everything. What if that had hit me? Would it have just ended the game? GG. Nice. So, this is probably the simplest build you can build and run to some success on this class. Lots of different melee weapons it works with. I just love this bonky stick, and I hope you enjoyed. Look out for another build tomorrow that's going to be very different and range focused. Alright guys, I'll see ya.